So a bit of a contrary to my previous video, it looks like we did get a deal. A deal was signed between Iran and the United States that hopefully effectively ends this war. Of course, the Netanyahu tried to sabotage that, and he's still trying to sabotage this by striking Beirut as a result of some rockets that didn't injure anybody landed in Israel. So, and of course, I can imagine Netanyahu is not happy about this, but Trump actually went off on Netanyahu saying that he had no judgment. And I'll post a link to the article that talks about this. Trump made a Truth Social statement regarding what was going on. So hopefully it sticks. Hopefully we can put this behind us. This is a colossal mistake. Should have never happened to begin with. Trump was convinced, I think, that Iran would be like Venezuela, that they would just do a surgical strike, take out some of the leaders, and that Iran would come to the negotiating table, and apparently that's not what happened. Anybody who studied this would have told you that that was not going to happen. Iran is not Venezuela. Iran has basically three separate governments. They have the Revolutionary Guard, they have their clerics, and then they have like their actual official government, and they operate kind of separately, and their clerics are thousands of them. They have like a big group of people that are potentially leaders of the country. And then you got the National Guard. You have the Revolutionary Guard, and the Revolutionary Guard has its own separate orders. Basically, they start acting independently, which is exactly what we saw. So our presence, our soft power has actually been greatly reduced throughout the world, and particularly in the Gulf states. The Gulf states saw what happened and can see that the United States did not protect them. Their infrastructure was damaged in this little war that we had. And then more importantly, it also showed that the United States apparently is not fully sovereign. Israel, a foreign country, had a lot of say in our policy. So, I mean, what a mess this was. It was a disaster, and I think that this is an opportunity for the United States, this country, to look inward and say, okay, what happened? Why did it happen? Why did this country, or supposed ally, have so much power over us that it directed us into a war? That needs to stop. When the second Trump administration got started, I said three things. It says he needs to do something about the Federal Reserve. He needs to rearrange the relationship with Israel, because that needs a definite needs to be reformed. And what was the third thing? A functioning Justice Department. That's another thing. And so far, we haven't gotten any one of those three things. Those are three very important things. And then if there's a fourth thing, I would say our colleges and universities. There are a breeding ground of this leftist extremism. That needs to be dealt with too. We need to talk about cutting their federal funding, which has been talked about a little bit in his first term, but I think that needs to be more addressed. So anyway, we got a peace deal. Hopefully we can move on from this and actually focus on America's interests and stop being, focusing on things that are not in our everyday, not in the interest of you and I. Things like the Mexican southern border, or doing something about the Federal Reserve.